working on. So we'll start with this first track while I load up a bowl of marijuana. Let me know.
Not trying to distract you from those important things that you do and decide to make sure that you and the ones around you that you love more than the light that gets casted down from the sunset. Make sure that you have the energy to find another day when it be easier to say not a hopeless thing when I'm gone, and if they do, they'll find a way to get through the BS that comes in their direction. But I like to give you an insight on how and why I just can't seem to find the right place where everyone is congratulate for doing the all in this support with that respect that they give instead of finding them in a costume to represent them. I gotta halo what the horns are looking out from under that cap that they put on to the back to try and act like they are one of the light-bearing type of beings, but the darkness can be felt every time they come around, and nothing but the schemes can be heard coming out the mouths that they portray. Strange hard to barely making it weak with barely enough food on the plate to supply the energy needed to keep these lingering thoughts of going back to the chaotic I was when all I thought about was whether or not I was going to make it through the next day. And an eating or the luxury type of things was just something I saw on the strings in between the entertainment I was watching to keep me distracted from the turmoil. Always just a moment away, never exaggerated, always true and real when I spit these verses from the heart to give you a piece of my soul that you can fold in the tight square and place it in a spot that you won't lose and can pull it out when you need a reminder that you are the best. How bold you are to never give in and let them win, even when you are at your worst. Never been or let them move you into a position that can lead you into doubt and who you are within. Another human edit, God's will at last to just be another face to cause the other beings in the same vicinity in the opposite position to think instead of crashing out. It can really be a thing like getting into the booth, coming out these rain-dwelling moments into reality today about the past. God's will at last to just be another face to cause the other beings in the same vicinity in the opposite position to think instead of crashing out. It can really be a thing like getting into the booth, coming out these rain-dwelling moments into reality today about the past, though it didn't seem to go the way that I envisioned in my daydream. Look more into how I could look more into the action of changing the path. I find the hope it will be okay, and I tap it, find that we just find a way to combine all of our mistakes into an ultra instinct type of advancement in this randomness of reasons that should result in some sort of respect more. Hey, I really do love the way you did that right there with the DMs instead of the threats that get typed and present towards the right instead of for just being who I am, no matter what kind of situation, position. Oh shit, I really don't know what I would have done if I was there. Type of predicament that I've been in more often than a rapper would like to admit. Yeah, I was thinking a lot about that stuff that I shoved deep down in a place where I wouldn't want to remember until I found a destination where I felt like I was safe away from that BS drama that led me to being insane in the brain. And the only way that I feel okay is when I'm smoking a Mary J. To put me in a state where my mind does a race and I can actually put together a plan to get away from those things I don't want to remember. I was thinking because they don't do anything but cause me to get lower than ever before, more than I thought I could go. And it takes a whole lot more than I fear imagine to get me to flow to that place again so that I may take a break from feeling.
react to the donut end. What? What are you talking about, man?
Kick it back in the crib, but I blunt in my hand. No cares, no fucks, no sympathy. Giving out for them haters out in the land that muster up the energy to make an attempt to try to come at me or do anything to try to bring me down from up here in my cloud with an ABC elementary written by AI. No originality, no gas in their lungs, and I can't rhyme, but they can't even tell the difference between what is real and an AIP. Sound like the mic they recording on this track. It's more likely just the chemicals that they doing got them thinking what they spit is anything but something you press. Next time before you get embarrassed in front of your squad, using auto-tune because his voice sounds like gas. Using the threats of violence because he can't back up what he comments in the booth, saying that the next time I see him he's gonna give me the Chappelle. Me pick me for the several. Please DJ Jamar to the soundboard like a wannabe. I'd be more scared of one of these petty addicts on the street than I am of you inflicting anything to me but attacking my skin. If you was the swing that did you have on your arm, you insinuate is a fist. Probably never lifted a weight in your life, pretending to be hard on Facebook because it came at me on one of my tracks saying it's the worst music he's ever heard because it's about quitting them things he probably does while he stays awake because he can't sleep because he's empty. Yes, someone I gotta want to be just like me, so I went and scroll down the space to see him creating content to one of his songs in the bathroom of his 9 to 5. Now I don't got an issue with the human doing what they gotta do to make a living, but you can't tell me that really anybody except the drug addict from Millie. Yeah, I think that shit is dope. Half at the best of an attempt to be anywhere close to the level that I am as a human, but also as a lyricist. Kind of I forget misdirected notion. You could be anywhere close to the rapper that I am. Might as well move to Antarctica. You'd have a better chance at that. Why do they insist on that we get real and everything is what they is? But then on the next post you can catch them oxymoronically being a terrorist to their own existence. I hold true to my morals and make sure that every decision may coincide with not being the number one hypocrite to exist in the universe. Pulled away too many humans doing the most to impede us instead of just trying to do the wrong to find a way to be the best they can to coexist. A billion of the unsouls that are walking their own in our twine path to the gates we all pray exists more than anything, so that we may feel that there is some type of purpose for having to deal with details that we've been set from time to time in the minds, cause it's too hard to turn away from the beat that induces us all to have some form of PTSD from the chaotic dramatic. Really no human in the world should consume that much out of day, but I bet I could place a wager on BetGMGM that a high percentage of us fall into the category from scrolling endlessly on your feed when you're taking that shit or just can't sleep. It can be easy not to keep track of the amount of BS that is getting in, taking into our skulls, and lo and behold, before you know, we can be like you take your bomb just waiting for a chaotic situation cause you to lose control, to forget about everything that matters, the will to test your patience like you can't lose it. Like another one of these humans walk along with headphones in the ears, trying to drown out the chaos. But the monkey has a special way of messing with your day, so you just can't make me feel blind. Cause my soul has a purpose for heaven to deal with these hells that we've been sent from time to time in the minds. Cause too hard to turn away from the beat that addicts us all. The hats on boom, PTSD from the chaotic dramatic. Really know you and in the world, so couldn't see that much on a day, so that we may feel that there is some type of purpose for having to deal with these hells that we visit from time to time in the minds. Cause too hard to turn away from the beat that addicts us